have some big news. I just moved in with my boyfriend and regretted it immediately. Yeah, I don't recommend it to anybody. It's terrible, really. Living together as a couple, I hate it. Immediately I missed doing all of these things, just being alone. You know, doing all of these things that you only ever do when you know that you're completely alone. You know, like pee in the shower. Especially when you're not even at that moment taking a shower. Best. No, and it's really, also you get so boring as a couple. I don't know if you've noticed, if you've ever lived with anybody, you get so boring. Especially sexually. Really, the only creativity that we still had in bed was always trying to find new positions where we could both be on our backs. No, not for me. And also you get to know the other person too well. You learn things about that other person that you did not want to know. We found that out the hard way. We went to IKEA. I know, big mistake in first place. Don't go to IKEA as a couple. Just don't do it. Every 3 seconds a marriage ends at IKEA. Really. And if you don't end up divorcing, then your child is probably going to die. Yeah, that's actually true. I know, that sounds sad, but it's true. There are studies showing that IKEA is a very dangerous place for children because the IKEA furniture is so light. And that's why you always need to attach every IKEA furniture that you buy to the wall with one of those extra screws, you know, and it always says so in the manual. Please attach to the furniture to the wall with the extra screw. Every fucking scented candle that you buy at IKEA, you have to attach to the wall with the extra screw. And because if you don't do that, what could happen is that the child, while it's playing, it will climb the furniture, and then the furniture tips over, and that's how they make the meatballs. That's weird for an applause break. So we're walking through IKEA, my boyfriend and I, and all we still need to get is a nightstand. Easy thing, one should think. And my boyfriend, out of nowhere, he turns to me and he goes, "Hey, let's get one with a drawer." I'm like, huh? Why would you want one with a drawer? You know. No, I don't actually. Please tell me. You know. It would be cool to have a gun in the nightstand. Yeah, I knew you'd be happy about that. But for me, honestly, no, my face fell to the ground and walked away. It was so weird to me. I thought that my boyfriend was one of those left-leaning, liberal, progressive people, like all the other urban hippies that I surround myself with so that we can indulge in self-righteousness together. Turns out, no, he's just an American. And I say to him, "Baby, please explain yourself. Why would you want a gun in your nightstand?" And he says, "To protect my family." I'm like, "What family?" "You're the same guy that carved his initials into the bathroom trash can so that when we break up, we would remember that it's yours." And also, I found the word choice weird because he said it's cool to have a gun in the nightstand. It's not cool. Cool is the wrong word. You know what's cool? A guillotine on your balcony. That's the European approach. You know, we have a more brutal culture. Also, if we're talking about protecting our family, if somebody causes harm to our families here in Europe, we don't want them to get away with just a gunshot to the head. No, if somebody causes harm to our families, we want public execution. We want an angry mob with torches and pitchforks just chasing that person to the balcony. We want that person's head on a stick in our flower pot. And I personally like to put a pinwheel next to them so they will be slapped fall eternally. And my boyfriend goes, "Oh, we cannot buy a guillotine now. We spend so much money on furniture already." I'm like, "Oh, but a gun we can afford." "Mm-hmm. Well, they sell really cheap machine guns at Walmart." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure we can find a cheap guillotine at IKEA." And then I said to him, "Okay, what if we have children? What if we have a child and it's playing with the gun and it accidentally shoots itself?" And he goes, "Well, guillotines are also not very child-friendly." I'm like, "How so?" "If you get the guillotine at IKEA, you sure have to attach it to the wall with the extra screw." Long story short, we broke up. Yeah, but I wasn't okay with that. You know, it's just not, this is not for me. I also didn't believe him. I didn't believe that it was really about security and about protection. I thought it was just capitalism. I thought that he probably just saw a commercial on Instagram for sustainable guns made of bamboo or some shit. You know what they sell these days. It's weird to me. I think we have a problem with our attitude towards buying stuff. I think in this society we create a lot of things that are very immoral just to be able to sell them. Like the other day I was sitting in a cafe and there was a person sitting across from me working on their MacBook. But it wasn't one of those normal MacBooks, those silver ones. It was one of those with a wooden cover. Maybe you've seen those. You get these wooden covers, you can attach them to the screen. And this one, I took a closer look and I'm like, that is not German oak. That looks like mahogany. A MacBook made of mahogany. That might be the most immoral combination that I've ever heard of. Like, what was Apple's marketing division thinking? Do you sometimes find yourself not knowing what to support? Deforestation of the rainforest in the Amazon or child labor in Congo? Well, now you can have both with Mahogany Mac. One laptop, 100% bad conscience. Now also available in lots of other tropical woods with an ivory keyboard or a blood diamond webcam. Get your Mahogany Mac now. For every MacBook you purchase, we slaughter a baby seal. Mahogany Mac, because you are too cool to go to heaven. But wait, there's more. Buy your Mahogany Mac now, and for an extra payment of only 12,999 euros, you get a second MacBook for free. Now, only for Christmas, in the limited edition Nazi Gold. Mahogany Mac, because you are not PC. The world's a sad place. The lockdown was bad. The lockdown was really bad for me as an artist. I don't know how many of you can relate to that, where you had jobs as well that you couldn't do during the lockdown. For me it was especially hard because there was, everybody was telling me, oh, you have all this time on your hands now. You can write new material. You have so much time. You can write all these new jokes. Yeah, but guys, nothing's happening. What am I supposed to write about? And I went through all the newspapers to just find one headline that was not Corona related. I found one, and it said, "The State Archive of Munich buys Hitler's rental contract." That dude had to rent? I'm sorry, call me old-fashioned, but my approach has always been, before you invade the world, buy a house. I mean, maybe that explains those delusions of grandeur. Of course you want to take over the entire planet if all you have is a bachelor's apartment with a mattress and a PlayStation in the corner. Also, how is it even possible with the housing shortage in Munich? I don't know if you're aware how expensive Munich is. It's unbelievable because it's so many people and so few apartments. But yet, one apartment has apparently been empty for the past 75 years because Adolf Hitler is still grandfathered into an old rental contract. And then I thought, well, to be honest, I don't want to be the person to have to sell that apartment. What if you have to find new tenants? Imagine you're the real estate agent and you're walking through with people who are interested and they're like, just out of curiosity, why did the previous tenant move out? Long story.